Okay, this video is going to go over three-step conversions dimension analysis, which is adding an extra step to the two-step that was in the previous video you watched. So we're still going to start with our given over 1. So I'm going to highlight the given in yellow, which is 34,900 micrograms. And then we need to get to grams, which I'm going to highlight in green. So we know we need to get from micrograms to grams, but there's no conversion from micrograms to grams. For instance, we don't have 1,000 micrograms equals a gram. That's not a thing. So we need to insert a third step here to get to grams. So instead of going from micrograms to grams, we're going to have to go from micrograms to milligrams to grams. So we know that there is here 1,000 micrograms equals 1 milligram. And we know that to go from milligrams to grams, there's 1,000 milligrams that equals 1 gram. So that's how we know we will have to do 3 steps, because we can't go directly from milligrams to grams. We have to make a stop in between and go to micrograms. So with that being said, you're still going to put your given over 1. So that would be 34,900 micrograms. Over 1. And we're going to multiply that by our first conversion factor. So we have 2 conversion factors here, which I'm going to highlight in purple. And the first one we're going to use is micrograms to milligrams. So we know to get micrograms to cancel out, it has to be on the bottom, because in order for anything to cancel out, it has to be on the top and the bottom. So we have micrograms here and here to cancel each other out. And we said that was 1,000. And then we're going to put 1 milligram on top because we're using this conversion factor here. And then for this equation, we have to involve a second conversion factor. So I'm going to write that one in blue, which is this milligrams to grams. So we know to get milligrams to cancel out and end up in grams, because that's what we want, we have to put milligrams on the bottom. So milligrams on the bottom, cancel that out. We know that 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So we're going to put 1,000 on the bottom and 1 gram on top. Okay, and like usual, we're going to multiply this across here, across here. So this problem is going to turn into 34,900 times 1 over 1 times 1,000 times 1,000. So I'm going to put this in my calculator. So on top, it's going to give us 34,900 over this is going to be over 1 million. And then you're going to divide 34,900 by 1 million. Which is going to give you 0.0349. And then we're going to round this to the hundredths. So here. And the 4 is going to tell us to keep it the same because it's not 5 and greater. So your answer here should be 0.03 grams. Okay. So the next we're going to do is ounces to tablespoons. So I'm going to get rid of this so we not distracting for our next problem. So we're going to highlight our given in yellow. Our given is 3 ounces. We need to get to tablespoons. That's our needed or desired. So again, there's nothing that's going to get us from ounces to tablespoons. There's no conversion for that. So we're going to have a third step here. So we're going to go from ounces to mLs to tablespoons. So 1 ounce equals 30 mLs, and 15 mLs equals 1 tablespoon. So these are the 2 conversion factors we're going to have to use. This is number 1, and this is number 2 that we're going to have to use. So as always, we're going to put our given over 1. So 3 ounces over 1. And then we're going to have to use our first conversion factor. So we're trying to go from ounces to mLs. So ounces to mLs and mLs to tablespoons. So first we need to go from ounces to mLs, which is going to be this conversion. So I'm going to put that one in green. So 1 ounce equals 30 mLs. Our ounces are both on the bottom so they can cancel out. The next one, we're going to now go from milliliters to tablespoons here. And we know that 50 mLs equals 1 tablespoon. Sorry, I mentioned that in blue. So we're going to get mLs to cancel out. So we have to put mLs in the bottom, which is going to be 15. And then 1 tablespoon on top. And we know that our desired is tablespoon. So we're in tablespoon, which is good. So we're going to set this up. We're going to multiply across and multiply across, which is going to be 3 times 30 times 1 over 1 times 1 times 15, which is going to give us 90 over 15. And we know that this turns into a division problem, which is 90 divided by 15. Which is going to give us 6 tablespoons.